Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. Okay, so today's video is going to be about a video that I watched by Santo G Productions. He made a video that brought out a couple of important things that I'd like to touch upon, and then I want to expound on the situation with Akademiks and Blue Devil. I want to start off by the first point he made, though, okay? He had mentioned that he wasn't gonna be controversial or attack anybody the way the thumbnail suggested. You know, like he made it seem like there was gonna be some type of drama and some type of answer regarding that drama, which was never his intention. He just wanted to illustrate how people will click on those types of thumbnails and those type of titles to watch drama unfold on social media. You know, they might talk smack that you're being a comadre and why you're talking about other people, but they click on that shit. You know why? Because basically people like that. You know, you might say, oh no, you know, nobody's digging on that. Yeah, even watching these movies, you know, these unsolved crimes and mysteries. You know, people like to see stuff that's drama, intriguing, that sometimes causes lives. You know, people watch that stuff. They're attracted to that kind of stuff, and some people are attracted to those type of thumbnails and titles. Now, this video isn't to attack anybody, okay? It's only to answer a question that Santo G presented in his video regarding academic activities and Blue Devils activities, okay? Now, Akademiks was exposed recently talking to this young little white boy, 15-year-old kid, having an explicit discussion about things that you shouldn't talk to a child about. You know, involving the child being involved with other males doing things that a young 15-year-old child shouldn't even really be thinking about or discussing, especially with a grown-ass man. So it came out on social media, the types of questions that he's asking these kids, they were all very inappropriate, and I won't even show them on social media in one of my videos. Another thing, since I mentioned that, I'm going to mention this. I could have clipped Santo G's video or Blue Devil's podcast, which I'm going to touch on shortly. But there's all kinds of issues when you do stuff like that. You put yourself out there to get copyright infringements and your channel getting tagged, you know? And I got a warning recently because of the little did he do it or whatever video I made with the two little chihuahuas, you know, the two little boy chihuahuas doing their thing out there in the street one day when I got home from the market. They tagged me for that, you know? I had to take a class on what I could put on my videos behind that little doggy video. So anyways, I just want to be careful with using other people's materials and stuff. But I'm sure a lot of views, I see a lot of views on different channels, on different podcasters, comment sections. So I know you guys miss around on social media in general, just like I do. You know, I watch all kinds of channels. You know, whatever I think might be interesting, I watch it. You know, so I see other people that are subscribed to me also watching and leaving comments. So I know a lot of you have seen Akademiks' video exposing him. You know, the video they put out on him and the way he was talking to this child. We're going to say that it was PDF activity, and that's how we're going to refer to that kind of activity from here on throughout this video, okay? So it was very clearly PDF activity, what he was doing with this young child, this 15-year-old, you know. Very, very explicit questions, very highly charged questions regarding activities between men and men, you know? Anyways, this guy, Academics, he not only had a podcast, but he's a rapper. He's a millionaire, you know? Dude has $1 million, I don't know, maybe $2-3 million, but he's a millionaire, okay? He don't need to be going on social media, fooling around with no kids, telling them stories, asking them questions, or anything. Yeah, he could go out and have himself a good time, what I would consider a really good time. When you have money, you could go nice places and enjoy nice things, nice food, you know, expensive drinks, everything. Everything's there in front of you with that kind of money. But he chose to go on social media and talk to this child this way. A lot of people that had deals with Academics canceled their contracts with him, and his reputation was very badly damaged by that exchange with that child. And I agree, it was PDF activity. Now, let's talk about Blue Devil's video, his podcast. He had the young rapper, the one that's on the thumbnail there. It's a 14-year-old child. Had him on his podcast, and sometime during the podcast started asking him questions regarding activities that go on between men and women, you know? Whether he smashed, whether him and his dad had the birds and the bees talk, and you know, I seen that podcast live, okay? So I'm talking about the live podcast. I'm not talking about the clips that were put out or the portions of that podcast that were put out. I'm talking about the podcast in its entirety. And when I heard him, it kind of like, you know, threw me back a little bit. I was like, what? Man, what's this guy doing? What's he talking about, you know? But you know, Blue Devil works with the two homies, okay? He works with Opina and the other homie, you know? Now, look, when that line of questioning started and started getting pushed, those two homies stepped in and kind of asked different questions and kind of stirred the conversation in another direction. Both of those gentlemen handled themselves perfectly and handled that young man perfectly throughout the podcast. You know, the questions were appropriate, they were funny, they were fun, you know, and I'm not sure what got into Blue Devil to take it that route. Now, do you put that on the same level as Academic? In my opinion, this is only my opinion now. No, you can't. It's two different things, okay? Academic was definitely involved with some pedo activity, you know? Blue Devil just asked some inappropriate questions, you know? In my opinion, they were inappropriate. That's a 14-year-old kid, and he was not comfortable with the line of questioning. You know, he was squirming in his seat. He was giggling, laughing. He didn't know what to say, how to respond. He's on fucking camera. You know, he's got his dad sitting there. He knows moms and everybody else is going to be watching this, you know, plus his little girlfriends and stuff, you know. He got put on the spot having to answer questions that he may not be experienced or prepared to answer in a way to not get himself twisted up, you know, or say the wrong thing, you know. But nevertheless, he was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with that line of questioning to a 14-year-old, you know. And that's my opinion on that, you know. I don't put him in the same category as Academics, but was the line of questioning appropriate? No, not no, but fuck no. In my opinion, shouldn't have happened. You know, luckily he goes on with these other two homies who I've seen more than once go in and step in at a time when Blue Devil gets himself caught up in something. You know, it happened during the whack interview too. You know, he handed over the mic to the homie and let the homie handle it because he was knowledgeable in that area and knowledgeable enough to do so. You know, and in this case, I think those two homies stepped in and started asking different types of questions to kind of take the podcast and get it back on track. You know, most of the questions those two gentlemen asked and stuff, they were funny, they were fun. You know, the kid enjoyed it. You know, yeah, it was just that one little piece that that I noticed, and the reason why I know other people noticed it is because I've seen people bring it up on other podcasters' lives. You know, they ask, hey, why don't you do a video about the questioning that Blue Devil did to the kid? You know, and people make their comments what they feel about that, and I gotta admit, I've thought about that too, but you know, people carry themselves different, man, and some people think one thing's appropriate when another person may think differently. In my opinion, I wouldn't have went there with a 14-year-old kid unless it was my son, maybe my nephew, a younger brother. But to talk to somebody else's child regarding those issues, I think is totally inappropriate, especially putting them out on social media to answer those questions is a wrong line of questioning for a 14-year-old boy. You know, yes, he's a rapper. He's very hip. He's very knowledgeable for his age, and he's a smart dude. You know, and he's got a good career to look forward to if he stays on track. You know, and he had good solid answers to some very difficult questions he was being asked. Not by Blue Devil, by the other homies, you know, and he answered them well above his years. You know, you got to give him credit. But that one little portion was inappropriate. Was it PD? You know, PDF type activities? No, it wasn't. But it was inappropriate. My opinion. I'd like to know yours in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I kind of have an idea how this is going to go. The people that dig Blue Devil's Get Down are going to defend him, and the people who don't are probably going to rip him a new one. You know, that's just the nature of the beast, you know. But anyways, let's talk about this, you know. Yeah, I was going to say something to the situation. You know, there's been other people who have been exposed lately. Pocho, the one that has his podcast, was exposed by some ladies about that type of activity. Of course, Adam 16, you know. Honestly, I don't think people care as far as social media goes, because they still fuck with these people. They still go on their podcasts. They still, you know, they're still cool with all these people. You know, we're not all the same. We don't all think the same, and don't have the same strength of conviction about certain issues. You know, but yeah, a lot of covers have been pulled lately about that people that are involved in them type of activities. That guy Jeffrey, the one that got beat up behind No Jumper with Whack and Loose Cannon, girl came out and pulled his covers. Said, you know, said she got him on Megan's Law, found him on there, and have personal experiences with him doing being involved with those type of activities. Like I said, you know, people could come on and try to keep their shit on the down low. Everything gets exposed to the light, man. You know, and I like when that happens, man, because I like to know where people really stand. You know, where people's heads are really at. You know. And what type of people that I may meet, run into, or deal with one day in person, you know. But anyways, like I said, I hope to see you on this next video that's coming out tomorrow. From now until then, take care, be safe, keep your head up, and stay free. Most of all, stay free, so we could be here for our families and our loved ones, man, for when they need us and call upon us. God bless you, each and every one of you. God bless your families. Thank you for watching.